Where do you think most estate agents go wrong with setting their stall out as a company then?
I think what happens in general terms is that most agents are not entrepreneurial in the sense that they haven't had various different businesses and done this and done that. Most of them have worked as an agent and then thought, I could do this. And they opened up an estate agency, and whether they thought they might do it slightly differently or whether they thought they might do it the same, they in some way or another end up falling into the trap of being a normal estate agent. And then wonder why it just comes down to fee, because everybody on the high street is exactly the same.
Coming back to Iceberg, so you're not just another, and there's a few of them out there, and they're all very good, don't get me wrong, setting up Facebook campaigns, sales funnels, and off we go. Are you just another one of those, or are you something a bit different?
Not really, no. So we have lots of tools. So we have a whole product suite of tools that people can use to do automation or lots of the heavy lifting that's involved in their business, that cover a lot of that sort of stuff like social media and email campaigns and keeping in contact with the database. But what we do isn't really about the tools. If someone's using our sort of products and they think it's just about that, then they've kind of missed the point. What we do is we collate all of that data into one central place.
Is that what makes you different then?
So we integrate with the leads that are coming in from Rightmove and Zoopla and Facebook, and we track the traffic on the website, and we watch what people are doing, and then we give agents one central source of information so that they can see things like, okay, so how many instructions do I really actually get out of Facebook? Because you can ask people and they won't remember, but our system will know that they very first came to you from Facebook 2 years ago.
Is this what this Fragma system is?
Yeah, Fragma is one of our tools. So we have a whole suite of products, and they all kind of interlink together. So let's imagine that someone hits an agent's website today, and the agent doesn't know who they are. They've come from Facebook because they've seen some content. Maybe they've used you for some content. They've put it on Facebook. They've clicked it. They've ended up on their website. They have a look around. Maybe they look at some posts to do with what to do if you've got more than 20 properties under management. And then they leave. What Fragma does is it builds an anonymous profile for that person. And then when that person comes back to the website in 2 weeks, it says, oh, that's that same anonymous person. And it carries on building on that profile.
Oh, now this is different. I've not heard of this before.
And then over time, you will use something on your website called lead magnets. So that might be taking an online valuation, download our ebook, something whereby you're going to give someone something of a small amount of value in return for their personal details. Straight trade-off. Once that person gives you those details, Fragma will go, great, now I know the person's Mark Burgess, and it will backdate all of their history.
I've not heard of that before.
So what happens then? You're still busy running your estate agent. All this is happening without you knowing. You haven't got time to be going through the data, but Fragma knows. And that person then, now that we've got their details, we can put them into a nurture program based on what they were doing. So they were looking at stuff to do with what to do if I've got more than 20 properties under management. So they can now go into a pre-built nurture journey with content based around that. Because it works on the basis of something called 7-11-4, which is there's a whole ton of research that shows that people buy from brands that they either know, like, and trust. And to get to the stage where someone knows, likes, and trusts you, you need to spend either 7 hours with them, have 11 touch points, or meet them in 4 different locations. If you can do that, it opens up part of the brain that allows them to go, I like these guys, and it's not about the price anymore. So because we know their details and we know what they like, we can put them in a nurture journey that will deliver content to them that they're more likely to read and watch, which will work up towards that place.
So you have almost like, not artificial intelligence, that's my words, that when someone does click on the Valpal link or automate, because I'm sure it works with that, or click here for your free guide, it knows that person's already been to your websites and touched you in these different parts on the website. It creates a profile and puts them into the right sort of category. This is obviously a landlord with a big portfolio. This is probably a one-off landlord. This is a homeowner. And then creates a pathway or a sales funnel to bring them much closer to you.
That's right. And what happens is, so we also have various other tools whereby, for instance, we have a tool. It's just in beta testing at the moment, actually called Connect, whereby you could send out some form of questionnaire based on if someone sent an inquiry from Rightmove, they want to view that house. You could send out a questionnaire saying, before you can view this house, please answer these questions, or when you do a valuation, please take our questionnaire so we know your circumstances. And all of these things will give you a deeper understanding of what that person's motivators are. So for the vendor, it might ask them, of this list of things, which to these do you dread the idea of, doing your own viewings, the house being on the market for ages? All of that data will get compiled back into a persona, so that you can now start to see, okay, if I've got all of that data and I'm doing that for a few years, I can then go, right, show me all of the people that pay 2%. And amazingly, they'll all be very, very similar. And show me all of the people that loved using us and we loved working with them. Oh, they're all very similar as well. Great. Now, system, find me more of those people in social media and put my ads in front of those people and track them and run a system so that you can start to actually see, use your data to be able to see, right, eventually you can look and you can say, okay, so how much money did I actually make out of Facebook in the last 2 years in terms of sold properties? And it would look back and go, this much. And you could say, well, how many touch points does it take for someone to go from Facebook to instant valuation? And how many touch points from instant valuation to face-to-face? And how many from face-to-face to instructed?